If you need to bookmark one job search video to kick off the new year, this is it. It's time for some new momentum in the job search, some new ways to run it, help you speed things up, land more interviews, and get that offer. We have 10 things to run through today, and as always, we'll be using the Teal platform for our job tracking and resume examples. So if you're unfamiliar, stick around because it's a great tool and it's free. Timestamps are in the description down below the like button if you want to head to any specific section. And let's get going with step number 1. Figure out what you want. The more professional title for this section is pinpointing your ideal roles in employers. That might seem kind of obvious, but we've all been there. We're staring at LinkedIn, looking at the million jobs in our search and don't know where to go next. The thing is that not all of those jobs are going to be right for you. Figuring out what is the right fit is so important because it helps narrow your job search and then narrow and focus what you spend time looking at and applying to. Now, how do you do that? Actually write it down. List your skills, your passions, your values, and then use that as you look at different job boards to research roles and find the companies that seem to align best with what you're looking for. Step number 2, refine your resume. Now, why is this important? Well, it's because it's often the first impression of you that a potential employer is going to have. And a tailored resume can really be the difference of you landing that interview or getting passed over. Now, how do you do this? Well, once you find a job that you want to apply to, save it, look at the keywords, and then find the skills that the role is looking for, and then update your resume, honestly, to show how you've used those skills in past roles. The high-level thinking here about your resume is not just what jobs have you done and what did you do at those jobs, but it's more what are you good at, and then what are you good at that is relevant to the job that you're applying for, and that's what you put on your resume. As you can see, updating your resume is super easy in the Teal platform, and we have so many videos on resume updating, a whole playlist on the channel, so head there for more info. But step number 3, craft your cover letter. I know, cover letters are terrible. They take a lot of time, and some recruiters still read them. So you got to do them, unfortunately. I know, especially if it's a job you're excited about though, yes, take the time to write one. The high level thinking here is if your resume is your technical expertise and experience, your cover letter is your story. Talk about how your experience is going to help that specific company. That's kind of what a hiring manager is going to do anyways. So if you can do it for them, sick. Best thing to avoid here is generic stuff. Address a hiring manager from the company by name, work in company values that you get from the job posting, and as you can see here, you can write your cover letter right within the Teal platform in the resume builder so it stays nice and safe. Step number 4, engage your network. This is more than just a little pre-application stage. Talk about what you're open to and looking for on, places like LinkedIn, but also I guess any other social media where maybe your industry is a bit more active. Just make regular posts, engage with your network, other people in your industry, talk about your search, again, what you're looking for. You're going to get some great insights. Also make sure to save any awesome connections that you make to the contacts tracker on the Teal platform, and also make sure to give value in return. Keep things a two-way street. Step number 5, we're actually going to head out and apply to jobs. Pretty important step for sure. Got to apply to get your materials in front of other companies. The 2 main high-level takeaways here is tailor every application that you can with a unique resume, unless it really is an identical position, but every position is a little bit different. So really keep tailoring on, and also a unique cover letter, and just make sure that you're putting your best materials forward for that particular job. And then also the other thing is to look on a lot of different job boards and apply directly through the company site. If you've been tracking companies that you want to work for, note down some values of those companies in the job tracker notes tab, and then again, apply on their site. This is going to be the best guarantee that your stuff actually gets in front of someone. And now step number 6. This is going to be the follow-up process post-application. This is vital to the job search as it shows continued and proactive interest in the role, and then also just gets your name back up in front of the hiring manager and kind of top of mind. Starting 1 week after you apply, you're going to send a check-in. This is going to be verifying that they got your application. It's very important. Availability to send additional information, and then get out. Nice and short and sweet. You're going to send one starting 1 week after applying, then 2 weeks and 3 weeks out. Hopefully you hear back for that interview, but if you haven't after 3 weeks, still keep that job description around. That's important. But also at this time, most interview invites will have been sent out. On the note of tracking, step number 7, get organized. If you're applying to 5, 10, 15 jobs a week, everything can kind of start to blur together. So save the jobs that you're looking at, ideally in the Teal Chrome extension, as it lets you save from anywhere and then keeps them in one place, but then also each stage of each job. Keep track of that as well. If you applied to 2 jobs yesterday, make sure those are noted so you don't duplicate effort. Take notes in each job if there's something that you want to remember for later. And then also this is where you can set things like the follow-up dates that we talked about in the previous step. Teal's job tracker, yes, it's hours, but like it does have everything that you want to get out of your head and onto a page. And what we hope that that does is alleviate like the mental load that a job search has. Step number 8, it's time to ace that interview. You've been putting in the work, tailoring your resume, applying to high quality jobs with a high quality application, and you got that interview. Nicely done. But now it's time to prepare. Yes, go over your resume again. Likely you will be asked questions about it, more detailed questions than anything maybe on like the application questionnaire. But also research into the company if you haven't already. What they care about as values, figure that out. And then how you can use those in your answers, that goes a long way. Use an interview prep tool like Google's interview warm-up, and then also remember that you need to ask questions. Next up, number 9, you've aced that interview, nicely done. Now you have to weigh your job proposals. The main idea here is that if you have multiple offers or even just one offer, consider like all aspects of what they've presented for what you're getting. Compensation, yes, but also like benefits, work-life balance, how they handle PTO, scheduling. Make sure you've read all of the dotted I's and are really like up on what that offer includes. And then step number 10, sign the deal that's right for you. This is not a small commitment. Take that time, as much time as like, the offer window allows, and pick that job that best aligns with your values, your career goals, your personal interests, and your finances. Absolutely. That's not a thing to be, kind of bashful around. Rent be expensive. And once you've signed that offer, move that job in the job tracker over to accepted. Why? Because serotonin hits are awesome, and there's a cool little confetti animation that goes off as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your 2024 10-step cheat sheet for your job search. We sincerely hope that that sets you down a better path in this new year and gets you that job that you just wake up excited to do. As always, let us know if there's anything else we can do for you, questions we can answer. Make sure to check out the Teal platform, like and subscribe for more, and until next time, y'all, take care.